even if they say they can't see it, it's because they've not been there. It's because they've not experienced it. And it's because they've not spent a year or more with me. Some will just come and then they will just walk out and that will just be the end of it. It's because they've not given that chance.
Some people may look at you and say, but Prince, you do not seem like somebody that has autism, because you can speak, you seem like you can, you can socially put your points across. So is there a difference? Because
to be honest, I like to be transparent, I'm very transparent. I never lie about myself. I like to be truthful, because at times when I'm across those people, I never lie about who I am. I never lie. I say the truth as it is, because if I don't say the truth as it is, it will be very, very. It's like I'm lying to one individual. So
when you meet somebody, you tell them that this is what you have. So okay.
I tell them the truth as it is, because I'm not afraid to say who I am, because if I was to lie, that would not be the right thing for me to do, because I believe there's power in transparency, because if you can't be transparent, there's no glory in it. So that's been my motivation quote. If you have no transparency, there can't be no glory at all. So you have to look at it from that strong angle. Anywhere I go, whether church, any place, even if they say they can't see it, it's because they've not been there. It's because they've not experienced it. And it's because they've not spent a year or more with me. Some will just come and then they will just walk out and that will just be the end of it. It's because they've not given that chance.
So you speak about things like it's because they haven't been around you, it's because they maybe haven't been familiar with you. So what my question is, what are some of the highs and what are some of the challenges? What are the times when you feel like this is, a really good thing, I can boast in this type of thing? Or what are the things that you find very challenging?
What I find very challenging is that the understanding.
Okay.
It's like the challenge is understanding and acceptance, because sometimes when people don't like you, for example, when they don't like the stuff that you've got, they want to try and change you for certain things. And I'm like, you can't change who the person is. You can't make him become what you don't. You can't. What's the word? You can't make him be like you. You can't make him think like you. You can't make him act or talk like you, because he has his own difference. Because you see, the special needs and the autistics, they have their own ways of how they are. And I've been very
Wait, what are those ways? What are those ways? What are those ways? Ways like what, for example?
Ways, for example.
Yeah.
Like they have the ways to communicate. Some may communicate in like waving or something, or they may just want to tap you, or they may just want to find a way to communicate, to you. Like, okay, what do they want? Maybe they want a drink or something, or they can just give a picture sign to say, oh, we want this one, or we want that one, or they want space, whatever. I always say, look, if you're dealing with them, take time. Don't just over rush it. Let them see, just see what they want. And if they want space, then fine, let them have space. If they don't want to be touched, if they don't want to be shaken, then that is it. If they don't want to do something, they have to read the signs, or else they're going to feel like you're putting too much of pressure on them.
So what are some of the highs then?
Okay. The highs, the high ones for me would be learning to do stuff on my own.
Okay. Yes. Such as?
If I tell you, you would jump over the cliff.
Why?
Learning to wash my clothes on my own. without being taught. I did it
Awesome.
when I was 7 or 8. Then I learned how to, play keyboard on my own.
I'm curious to know, what is it like dealing with friendships, relationships? How sustainable are they? Has it been frustrating for you to maintain a friendship, or has it been easy?
It really depends because, because at times I would think that, okay, they want to be my friend so they can feel sorry for me. But then when it turns into okay, oh Chris, we don't need you anymore, get away, back off, clear off, shove off, whatever it is, then it's like it can be frustrating. And I always say that I don't have a problem in being friends, but if you're gonna be my friend for the wrong reason or you're gonna use wrong motive, then it's better for me not to come closer. Because I think the only thing that I really failed to pick up was like church folks.
Okay.
I was
What do you
thinking
mean?
that they were all good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when you see church folks here, you think they're nice, you think they're good, you think that they have no faults or whatever. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, one needs to think about, who you're mingling with.
How do you usually spot when someone's trying to take advantage of you? If they're trying to take advantage of you?
I'm very not uptight, but I'm very mindful who you sit close by.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even better for me to just watch you. If
Yeah.
my spirit is not liking you or accepting you for one way or another, if you feel that you're going to become liability or a burden, it's better for me to say no. I'm working on my own Autism Survivor Champions awareness. It usually comes on Zoom, which I do.
Survivor. Say it clearer. Survivors.
Autism Survivor Champions awareness.
Autism Survivor
Yeah,
Champions.
this one's, yeah.
Awesome. So what does that mean? What's that all about?
Well, it's like, it's something. It's like, you've passed through it, and then you just it's like relating to me, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's relating to me, speaking on my behalf, because like I survived a lot of challenges and I really overcame. I became the champion, you know and it was really something that meant a lot to me. I know I started the campaign around, what year was it, 2017, and
Mm-hmm.
it really spoke well of my life. It really made a good start. I did it in 2017 in April. It was very lovely. And then we did it again in 2018, 2019. Supposed to have done last year, but due to the nonsense lockdown. So if
So
you're
what
not,
inspired you to start this awareness? What inspired you to start this?
I think it was inspiration of my life, really.
True. Yeah.
That's what made me want to do it.
Mm. But I believe that's obviously also because of maybe the things that you experienced when you were
Mm-hmm.
growing up. Maybe like, I don't want anybody to go through this or have
Mm-hmm.
this experience, and the lack of knowledge, because a lot of times it's due to the lack of information. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And and of course, everybody's an individual as well. So definitely, you can have two people that have autism, okay, but they have different needs. They do things differently. They learn differently. I definitely know that when it comes to the spectrum, there are definitely people that are, I guess, people would call it high functioning. When you have high functioning autism, and then it's like a spectrum, so it goes from high to low. So there's different levels of autism. Am I correct in saying that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got interviewed by this pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got interviewed by someone who owns an organization in Nigeria, and
Okay.
now there you are. So that's 3 interviews. I'm really in.
Okay. So when you have these interviews and they speak to you, what are you pretty much sharing with them? Are they asking for knowledge? Do they
Yeah,
want? Yeah.
yeah. It's the same thing what you're doing now. It's like they're looking for knowledge, so I do the best as I can to give it to them. I always
Yeah.
tell them that disability doesn't mean inability. I always tell them that the race is not for the swift. And I have to give the honor to my dad as well, because my dad played his role by helping my mom. because my
Wow.
dad could have easily walked out of the family. But my dad never gave up, because when I hear a lot of stories of,
Yeah.
people's husbands that walked out of family because there's two sons who have walked out of it because because their sons have who had autistic challenges. I've read a lot of stories. I've seen them in real life. I've came into contacts with parents who have two autistic sons. I mean, I can't remember, was it 4 years ago? This lady who's Ghanaian, she has two autistic boys and they're not speaking. Then a
Okay.
year after, she now told me that her husband divorced her
Okay.
not because he cheated on her, because he couldn't handle the challenge. One has to just be there for your sons. It's a challenge on its own, but I really do give God the glory for my dad, because my dad really
That's
did
awesome.
his
Yeah.
job and he did quite a lot.
So his word says, God bless you, Christian. Speaking Grace TV says, awesome. Be Love Inc. says, you are a champion, Chris. Okay, and then the question is from Kimberly, what can my husband and I do to cope with this? Or how can we talk to him? Or how can we treat him when he's having tantrums or screaming?
Oh, that's a big one. No, that's a big one for me to get to. Depending if he's severe autistic as well, that alone is a challenge. So I can answer Kimberly's question. What your husband can do is take away certain things out of the house. If anything that is gluten, take it out. Like anything that's to do with sugar, don't give it to him.
Okay.
Because if he's having too much of sugar or gluten in his diet, that will make him worse.
All right. So sugar. So the food. So food
Mm-hmm.
intake. Yeah. So what things would you suggest instead of sugary things?
If anything, when it comes to drinks, then it should be water.
So stigma. How does this affect you, Chris?
Um, uh, the stigma, I don't really, don't think of it too much. I don't think of it. I mean, I don't try to change anything. I just try to be me. I just try to embrace me, really, because when you embrace yourself, everything else is last, or last priority. Because if you think about it, yeah, some people say, what about the stigma? How does it affect me? It doesn't really do anything to me, because it's just normal.
Yeah, it's just you being you. I
It's
understand.
just you. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just you.
I
Exactly.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Grace Lander says disability does not mean inability. Yes, I love that as well. I love that.
Oh, I know that I can make it. I know that I can stand. No matter what may come my way. My life is in your hands. With Jesus, I can take it. With Him, I know I can stand. No matter what may come my way. My life is in your hands. Jehovah Jireh is my provider. Jehovah Nissi, Lord, you reign in victory. Jehovah Shalom, my Prince of Peace. Lord, I worship you because of you. You are one more time. Lord, I will worship you because of who you are.
Praise God. Praise the Lord. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so happy. Thank you so much. You've been so awesome.